When the Jewish people came to the Jordan, they came to the Yam Suf. So does it say that Binyamin wanted to go in first into the water?
Nachshon ben Aminadab.
No.
No, but it's
as a shevet.
Shevet.
Why Zaka Shevet Binyamin lemelech? Because they went first as a unit shevet to the ocean.
Lifnei?
No, achrei.
no
Another
first.
Nachshon
But
ben
Yehuda
Aminadab.
stopped them. Yehuda fought with them, and they went in first.
I think before, I'm not remember.
So I don't know. They had something special.
No, they went
Nefesh
first.
or something.
They went first as a shevet to the ocean, to the Yam Suf.
Uh-huh.
Because of that, they zochen the melech and shochen bebet hamikdash.
As a shevet they went. But
Yeah.
was that before Nachshon said, I'm going to go in first?
That I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't. I cannot. I
And
think
Nachshon was from Shevet Shimon, right?
No,
Yehuda.
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 What
Sorry.
are you doing?
Okay, whatever,
You confuse everybody now.
I'm trying to... Okay. A little bit biyun. It's not biyun.
Okay, Ki Ozal Abaya. When Abaya went, Amr Kamei Rav Yosef, he said this teaching about Binyamin in front of Rav Yosef. Rav Yosef was his teacher. Amr, Rav Yosef says, Chad bra havale Kailal. Kailal is the name of Abaya's father. He says Kailal only had one son. V'loi Mitken, and Nebuch is he's no good. He's talking about Abaya. Because Abaya told him this teaching. He says, oh, poor Kailal. His son is just Abaya. V'haksiv, he has the question on the teaching that he's quoting. It's written, Vayitesh Mishkan Shilai. It says that he spread Mishkan Shilai, and it says, V'yimas Ba'il Yosef, V'shevet Ephraim Lebachu. We said, it's not Binyamin, it's Yosef. If you wanted to say maybe it was all Rachel's children, fine. But if it's Shiloh is in Yosef's territory, then why are you saying it's Binyamin's territory? Yosef and Binyamin are brothers, and Amar Avada, Micah Kashalei. What's Rabbi Yosef's problem? It's funny. Rabbi Yosef is saying no, it's Yosef's territory, as if like he has some allegiance there because his name is Yosef. It's definitely a good way to remember it. So Dilma Shchina Bechelik Binyamin v'Sanhedrin Gedela Bechelik Yosef. It's not a problem if they're bordering. So we'll say that the Sanhedrin, which was always near the Mishkan, or the Sanhedrin sat in this tribe of Yosef, but where was the Shechina part? That would be in the tribe of Binyamin, which was on the border. Mida Matzina Beis Elam, the Shechina Bechelka Shel Binyamin, Sanhedrin Bechelik Yehuda. Remember, we learned about this, that the border...
בחלק של יוסף, לא יהודה. כתוב יוסף.
Sanhedrin Bechelik Yehuda. By the Mishkan, by the Mishkan it was Yosef, but by the Beis Hamikdash, it was built in the tribe of Yehuda. But Binyamin section, there was like a little tongue that stuck in, that where the altar was placed on, which that was Binyamin. And Sanhedrin was in Yehuda, but the Shechina, referring to the altar, was in the tribe of Binyamin. So we could say the same thing in Shiloh. That why are you having such a big problem over here? He says that it's in Binyamin. He says that it's in Yosef. It's not a problem. There's a little tongue that sticks out, and the altar would be on the tribe of Binyamin. That area belongs to Binyamin. Doesn't need to be a straight line. The borders. Amalei Hachi Hashta. He tells him 1 second. Hold on. Hasam Mikarav Nachles Gabi Adadi. Over there, they're bordering each other, Yehuda and Binyamin. Hachami Mekarvan. But over here is Yosef and Binyamin so close that you're going to say that there's this tongue that sticks out in an area of land where it
protrudes into.
Yeah, but it intrudes. It goes into the area of Yosef. So Hachanami mekarvan. Okay, Kedama Rab Chama Bar Chanina Ritzu Haisiyetz Michalka Shel Yehuda v'nechnesed l'chalka Shel Binyamin Abaya Mizbeach Bani Abaya Binyamin Atzadik Mitzdar Ala Elabala. Over there by the base of Migdash, Binyamin was always complaining, but always pained by the fact that Yehuda had an area that was in his territory. Did I say it's wrong? Does it say clearly that it was on the Mizbeach was on the area of Yehuda?
Who? Was it Binyamin?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's why the site was smaller. Such a lesson of fish.
Did you learn that with her?
No.
With us? Okay, whatever the case is, they had they were bordering, and one area was going into the other. Oh, no, there was here it says that there was a little strip of land that went out of the tribe of Yehuda and it went into the tribe of Binyamin. It was on the south of the altar, and the Mizbeach was built on that.
Wasn't it other way around?
Yeah, it means the Yesod of the Mizbeach. Because, you're right. Okay. In other words, the Mizbeach had to be built on the tribe of Binyamin. That's what it says in truth. Okay, so we said it correctly. So the Gemara asks, so Hachanami, say the same thing here. Even though it's not it's not directly close, but we'll say there's a strip of land. Hachanami Ritzuais Yosef Yotzis Michalka Shel Yosef. We'll say there was a strip of land that went out from the portion of Yosef, the Chalka Shel Binyamin, to the area of Binyamin. V'haina d'ksiv Tanas Shila, and that's what it says, that Shila is like groaning, that he wants to get that land that's protruding into his area. Okay.
So what it says here, that both of the Bet HaMikdash was from Shiloh, Mishkan Shiloh, this was in Chelek Binyamin, and Yehuda penetrate to part of it, and Yosef penetrate to part of it. Shilah.
No, we have the Beis HaMikdash in
Binyamin.
In Jerusalem.
Yeah.
That was being shared by Yehuda and Binyamin. Then we have the Mishkan in Shiloh, that's shared by Binyamin and Yosef.
Yeah,
not Yehuda.
No.
Okay,
There's
so those
two
are
separate.
two. But we're saying just like
one in the north side, one in the south side.
Right. Okay, so the Gemara says Kitanai. We can say that this is an argument. This that Rabdimi said that the Shechina is in the tribe of Binyamin is really an argument amongst Tanaim. It says Chayf Halav that the Shechina hovers over him. What is it referring to over him? Zem Mikdash Rishon. It's referring to the first Beis HaMikdash. It says it hovers over him Kol Hayayim the entire day. Zem Mikdash Sheni. When it says the entire day, that's referring to the second Beis HaMikdash. Being safe of Shachin, and it dwells between its shoulders. Elu Yemaisa Mashiach. This is the days of Mashiach. Rabbi says, Chayf Alav Kol Hayayim. Chayf Alav. It hovers over him. Is Olam Hazeh. This is in this world. Kol Hayayim. All the day, Eli Yemaisa Mashiach. Being safe of Shachin, and he dwells between his shoulders. This is the future world. Now, one opinion. It's machlekes.
That's machlekes.
No, it's machlekes Rabban and the Rambam. What Olam Haba means.
But this is a proof, though.
No, it could mean, it either means Tchias HaMesim, according to the Ramban, and according to the Rambam it means Gan Eden.
Yeah, but like you already said, Eli Yemaisa Mashiach. So
the Yemaisa Mashiach is not Tchias HaMesim. That's something else. That's not the. That's okay. Mendel's saying that it's vague when it says Olam Haba, the world to come, and that it doesn't. We don't know what it means. It could mean Gan Eden, the world to come, the Garden of Eden, and it could mean the world as it will be after the time of Mashiach comes. The world of Tchias HaMesim is also called Olam Haba. That's an argument between the Ramban and the Rambam. We usually accept that it's the Ramban's opinion, not the Rambam's opinion. Ramban, that it means after the world to come, after the days of Mashiach, after Tchias HaMesim, that's going to be Olam Haba. That's okay. Whatever the case is, we have two opinions here. One did not mention Shiloh. One of them did mention Shiloh. Which one mentioned Shiloh? The one that says Chayfif Alav is referring to Olam Hazeh, this world. What's this world? Everything. The Beis HaMikdash, the first, the second, this, and Shiloh. It's inclusive. Okay. Taner Rabbanan, the rabbis taught Yimei Oyel Mayed Shebemidbar. Here's a quote from Seder Olam, which is Rabbi Yossi, one of the students of Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Yossi ben Chalafta. He wrote a book called Seder Olam. In that book, which we have, it's basically Jewish history. It's a book of Jewish history. In there, it has all the dates and everything of when how long this one lived, and all the dates in the Torah up until his time. So in there it says, Yimei Oyel Mayed Shebemidbar was Arbaim Shana Chasar Achas. They had 40 years minus 1, which means 39 years. That's how long the tabernacle was. That's how long the tabernacle lasted, 39 years. Yimei Oyel Mayed Shebegilgal. How long did the tent last in Gilgal? Arba Asrei. It was 14 years. Zayin Shekavshu v'Zayin Shechalku. 7 of those years the Jewish people were conquering the land, and 7 of them they were distributing, they were dividing up. Yimei Oyel Mayed Shebenoi v'Givon. The days of the tent of meeting in Noiv and in Givon. Noiv was the city of Kainim that was destroyed by Shaul, and Givon was afterwards, in the early days of Shlomo. He went to Givon, that's where he got his prophecy and all of that, until he built the Beis HaMikdash. That was Chamishim B'Sheva. It's 57. Nishtayr l'Shilo Gimel Meis V'Shivim Chasar Achas. 369 were left for Shiloh. It's an easy number to remember, 369. How did we get to all of this? What's our how do we figure that out? The Gemara is going to explain, so we'll go back to it. Yimei Oyel Mayed Shebemidbar Arbaim Chasar Achas Minalan. How do we know that the tent of meeting lasted for 39 years? The Amar Mar, because the Master said, Shana Rishon Asa Moshe Asa Mishkan. The first year they came into the desert, Moshe built a Mishkan. We're on the widest lines, the second line. Shniya Hukam HaMishkan. The first year they made the Mishkan. In the second year they set it up. It was Nisan, where they set up the Mishkan, remember? So it was a year later. V'shalach Moshe Meraglim, and then Moshe sent out the spies. That was the following year they sent the spies. That they sat
the third year?
No, that was.
So the second year was
at the end of the I think. How long were they? When did they send the spies out? Well, it must have been. They returned on Tisha B'Av, and they went for 40 days. So it must have been that day. It was in the second year. In the second year, right? Shebegilgal Arba Esrei. They were 14 years in Gilgal. Sheva Shekavshu v'Sheva Shechalku. 7 to conquer and 7 to divide Minalan. How do we know this? The Ka'amar Kalev, because Kalev says. This is when he's getting his land, I think, of Yericho, not Yericho, of Chevron. Ben Arboim Shana Anoichi, I was 40 years old, B'shloach Moshe Eved Hashem, Oisi, Mikadosh Barnea L'Ragel Esaretz. Moshe sent me to spy out the land when I was 40, from Kadesh Barnea. Vashavai Sedavik Hashem Levavi, and I responded to him, what was in my heart. Uksiv, and it's also written, right after that, Hine Anoichi Va'ata hine anoichi hayom. And now, behold, I am today. I'm looking for it in the pasuk. Oh yeah, it's okay. It's right in that section. Va'ata hine anoichi hayom ben 5 shana. I'm 85 years old. Ki avra liyardein bar kama have. When they passed over the Jordan, how old would Kalev be? If they sent him when he was 40. So it was 38 years later.
Yeah.
Bar Shiva Natamni, he would be 78. B'ka Amar, and he says, Ben Chamash Shmeinim Shana, he's now 85. Hari Sheva Shekavshu, that was the 7 years that they conquered the land. So we know that it took 7 years to conquer the land, and now he's asking for his portion. V'sheva Shecholk Minal, and how do we know that there was 7 years to divide the land? Iba Yisema, if you want, I could say, the Sheva Kavshu, Sheva Namichalku. Because it took 7 years to conquer, then it took 7 years to divide, just because it's symmetrical.
Seven.
Rashi says, Svara Ba'almahi, it's just, maybe, it's just logical. Or Iba Yisema, if you want, I could say, Midla Mishkachas Labarbes Rishana Achar Shir Huksa Ha'ir. You ready? It's a calculation here. Let me tell you the calculation. I don't have enough time. It's a calculation. We have to stop here. I'm sorry. It's a calculation. We should work it out.
Yes.
Hey, we should finish by Shabbos, no problem.